Welcome to the Insomnia Project. Sit back, relax, and listen as we have a calm and relaxing conversation to help you find yourself to a relaxing place yourself. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Marco Timpano.
I'm Amanda Barker.
Amanda, it's April 2nd, and it's a snow day today. It's been snowing all morning. A lot of what we had to do has been altered so that, we could make provisions for the snow that has arrived, which is a rare occasion in April these days. My niece and nephew had a snow day from school. We had things we had to do. We were going to go up north.
Our other nephew with my sister and her partner were on a plane, and they were stuck on the tarmac for a long time. And full disclosure, Marco and I thought, oh, they're going to spend the night at our house because they're flying in from Halifax. And anyway, they had a stopover here, which I didn't know until this morning. And then it was, we're in Toronto. Okay, great. Let us know when you do this. Let us know when you do that. And they had, I think, a few hours before they went to their final destination. But they then were like, we're stuck. And then I saw the snow and I was like, I don't know if they're getting out today.
They might be crashing at our place.
Which we would welcome. And our house was not quite ready for visitors.
So we were getting the house ready. If you'd like to see what it was like if it's not snowy where you are, go to
you meant our house.
No.
I thought you meant like if you want to see what the mess of our house.
No, not that. I want folks, if they want to see what it's like, to go to our Instagram, the Insomnia Project, and you can see I did a little video. I don't know if you call it video, a little snippet.
You're allowed to call it a video.
Okay, well, I did a little video, and it's with the snow, and my eyes were getting pelted with ice.
Oh, my goodness.
And I was wearing glasses. And
oh, my goodness. He went to take out the
trash, yeah.
The trash or recycling.
Both, actually.
And he said that what did you say?
Well, I went to go throw the, like you open the lid to the box, the blue box, and I went to bend to put the recycling in there. And as I bent, my neck got exposed and so much ice just got pelted behind my neck.
Yeah, it was one of those like sideways ice storms.
I used to love a snow day back when I was in grade school. It was like a bonus day where you stayed home, you got to watch television, you got to eat snacks, and you just got to cuddle in a warm bed. Those were some of my favorite memories when I was a kid.
What TV would you watch? What snacks would you have?
Definitely The Price is Right, and any game shows. As Amanda knows, I'm a big fan of game shows. I think it harks back to when I was a child and I got to experience that when during a snow day. And then, of course, I'm born in December, so snow days around my birthday were always fun as well. And then for snacks, good question, like hot chocolate, cheeses, any sweets we might have in the home. Nice. Those were all on the agenda.
I loved snow days. Now, would you go outside and do snow angels and build forts and things like that?
Sometimes, yeah. I remember building forts, and I just can't remember if it was on a snow day or not. But
right.
Also hanging out with kids, my neighbors and stuff on a snow day. That was always a big fun thing to do as well.
I loved snow days. My number one memory or feeling with snow days was that I didn't have to do my homework. If we knew the night before that we might have a snow day, then that was like this big relief of like, I have a day where I don't have to go to school. I wasn't a kid that enjoyed school, so I really, really loved those days. And yeah, we would watch game shows too, although I always think of The Price is Right and ginger ale and dry toast as like the triumvirate of if you were sick or got out of school because you weren't feeling well.
Well, snow day as an adult is great too. We had all these things on our agenda to do. We were doing it early this morning to get up north, and then received a phone call saying that our appointment got postponed, and then all of a sudden we had free time.
Yeah, we really had a pretty planned out and stacked day. Down to the half hour. In fact, if this is due at this time and this is due at that time. And then if we get on the road by that time, we can have our meeting at such and such time, all of it. And then, maybe 2 hours before we found out that, no, Mother Nature had other plans for us. And she wants us to be home today. And that's honestly a real gift, because I had so many things I wanted to do yesterday and I didn't do most of them. And most of them were like the personal things, right?
Sure.
Cleaning, nothing particularly exciting, but just mostly cleaning, actually. And now we're having a day where we both can take some time to do those things and to maybe clean. So I've cleaned 2 rooms, and that makes me really happy.
So great.
Cleaned the
Actually,
bathroom.
this episode got delayed a bit because of the snow day. We were going to do it
That's
early and get my computer. And
That's right. Your computer's up north.
my computer's up north. I mistakenly left it at my sister's house saying, oh, I'm coming up on Wednesday. I'll get it then. And of course, it's going to stay there for the next little while until we head up there to get it.
Which we will, and it'll be fine. And luckily, we have a lot of what I call old beater computers. I don't know. Can you call a computer a beater? We call cars beaters, as though you can like beat it around, I guess. Like they'll take a lot of hits.
That's something you say. We never used to say
really?
that. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what that's from.
I don't know.
Where did
either.
I get that from? Maybe it's an East Coast thing.
Could be.
Yeah, because we'll say that about cars. You never said that about cars?
No.
We would say, oh, yeah, she's a beater. Like, in other words, it can, like a tank full of, dents and rust and whatever.
Right.
I was saying that to a friend of mine not too long ago. He said his dad always had really nice cars, and he always has really nice cars. He leases a new car every 2 years.
Right.
And I said, we're very alike, he and I, in many weird ways. But I said, that is one way we are very different, because I will drive a car into the ground. And he's like, no, I blame my dad. Now I always have to have a new car. He has beautiful cars.
Sure.
However he gets them,
I just like a car that takes me from place A to place B safely and warmly.
I'm the same.
Yeah. I like a car that warms your feet. Like, where the heat gets to your feet. I had a car, beautiful car, but I would never, for some reason, the way they built it, heat would not get to the bottom. It would get all around me except my feet. So I was warm everywhere else except my feet. And, on a snow day, too, you want to be warm. The funny thing, Amanda, so our crocuses started coming out.
No, I forgot.
And I was thinking the other day, I remember when crocuses came out and there was snow. And I was thinking to myself, it's so cute to see crocuses with snow around them.
Wow.
Not thinking that it was going to pile on like that.
Battered with snow.
But they're resistant little flowers.
I mean, that's what they're meant for. They're meant to be some of the first flowers of spring, right?
Yeah. I really love crocuses. I always mention it on our podcast because they're the first flowers that pop up, and they're really bold and brave because they face the weather like no other flowers.
First come the crocuses. Then usually the daffodils, then the tulips, although they're a little neck and neck. Who's going to make it up first?
We don't have any daffodils in our backyard, in our front yard.
Oh, we have tried.
Yes. Squirrels.
They are delicious dinner for the squirrels, apparently, the bulbs. I have planted, I think, quite literally hundreds of daffodils. I think we have one that makes it up every year. That's it. I'm sure I'm not burying them enough. I've given up on daffodils. But to be honest, in a race, I prefer tulips anyway. So I'll just focus my efforts on the tulips. And we've mentioned before, our front gets, from various reasons, dug up pretty much every year. So those flowers, if they make it through the dig of that year, during the summer, then it's always funny to see where they might land.
You would think our front is an archaeological site because of all the digging that they do. And twice they had to, because we have the fire hydrant on our front, they had to dig it one year, and then the next year they didn't do it right, so they dug it up again.
Good old. We have a friend who's been on this program who loves fire hydrants. She is a fire hydrant connoisseur. And whenever we go to any place, a new city, country, you name it, she wants pictures of fire hydrants. Not every country or city has them, by the way.
At least some of them aren't even recognizable as fire hydrants.
Not in the North American yellow fire hydrant sense, that is.
That's right. Our friend is Michelle Miracle.
I don't know. I hope she's okay with us outing her fire hydrant passion.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a secret thing or No, I'm sure it's fine.
Okay. I can always edit that.
No, I don't think she's into mustaches too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know where that came from. But that I didn't know about until much later, until her wedding actually. When they got married, there was a lot of mustache.
She had us
stuff.
take photos with mustache. What would you call that? Like a little mustache.
Fake mustaches.
But you know, like those those glasses that you flip. What are they called?
Like instead of a monocle, a mustachicle.
She had mustachicles for all of us to have and take photos. It was a lot of fun, actually.
And I should mention her company is called Mishmash Art Stash because she's an artist, beautiful painter, watercolors mostly, and some collages as well. And you can check all that out. But the stash part is, I believe, from mustaches. Mishmash Art Stash. Yeah.
Definitely check out her artwork. She just had a big show of her art.
Mm-hmm.
And,
in Santa Clarita, yeah. Michelle Miracle, if you want to look that up. Beautiful show. Her and another artist. Gorgeous stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What else was I going to say about mustaches? I don't remember. They have a cat who I believe is named Mustache in Persian.
Beautiful cat.
Two beautiful cats.
Two beautiful cats. One that has it looks like it has a mustache, which is pretty great.
I believe their names are Batchet and Moosh. I believe those are the names of the cats.
Yeah, I think so. Sounds right to me.
Mm-hmm.
So funny.
You're looking at me in a very expectant way, Marco, like you're expecting me to say something. I'm not sure.
No, I thought you were going to say something. You kind of had this look on your face like you were going to say something.
I think because you had a look on your face.
Oh, we have that look, that snow day look, I guess.
That snow day expectant look.
Yeah.
Remember that guy on TV last night? There was a guy on TV last night. So we watch, sometimes we'll watch Italian programming. And there's a couple local. We have such an Italian community here in Toronto that, and I say this because I think this is somewhat unique to the city. I mean, I don't think it's solely unique to the city, but the fact that we have a programming that is local in Italian isn't something you see in every single city.
Right. And when we're not watching British television, we're watching the Italian local news.
Yeah, not from Italy usually local Italians. Anyway, there was a guy last night and he just had these, he was an older man, but he had these I don't know how to explain it. He had this face that looked like a newborn baby just seeing the world for the first time. Right?
Yeah, he had bright, wandering eyes.
Yeah, there's something like almost, I don't know how to put it, expectant and curious and fascinated in his eyes. Like, what am I looking at? I don't know. I'm assuming it was a teleprompter, but he seemed marveling at them.
He was reporting on the price drop of gasoline, so he was by a gas station. So it wasn't like he was...
But imagine a newborn baby looking at the world for the first time, but at a gas station interviewing people.
That's exactly how it was. So
I couldn't get over this guy's face. I don't remember what his name was.
And then we watched someone prepare a carrot salad. That was not we expected.
Yeah, they parboiled the carrots. So sort of not fully boiled, but got a good boil on the carrots whole.
They had to be toothsome.
Yeah, so parboiled. And then they chopped that carrot up and then added a bunch of stuff to it. Garlic, parsley, I think.
Lemon, finely chopped with the rind.
Yeah, like actual lemon chopped up.
Yeah, thinly
Should
sliced.
I try to make that tonight?
I don't know. It's one of those things where you see it and you're like, this will be either great or horrible. There's no in between with this salad.
There were capers in that salad, which I don't think we have. We have a caper shortage in this house right now.
Why is it we never have capers? You and I love capers. You love them in particular.
I'll be honest, because a lot of the food in this house that comes in and goes out isn't from Caperville. Okay. Your average grocery store. Like, we have a grocery store nearby. We do go there, I guess, but not very regularly or with any kind of regularity.
Sure.
It's not like my mom used to go to the grocery store, I think, every week or every 2 weeks or whatever. We don't do that, really. I have food boxes that come in, and that's a big part of it. And then we go to Costco.
Right.
Costco doesn't sell capers because I don't think anybody needs a flat of capers.
I do.
It's a lot of salt.
Question, do you think your mom has capers in her fridge right now?
I would almost guarantee it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever had caper buds where the capers are bigger and juicier than the actual little caper?
No, but take me to that place.
Yeah.
I would like to eat them in Caperville. I would like to go to Caperville.
Mm-hmm. Now, where do you most like capers?
In my mouth.
Okay, but by what vehicle, by what instrument? Do you like them on a pizza? Do you like them on a French toast? What do you like them on?
I think there's a reason they get often paired with seafood. I think they make sense in seafood because you want a bit of brine, generally speaking, with the food from the sea. Beyond that, I don't know. Where else does one put one?
You could have them in a salad. You could have them anywhere that, I guess, salt or brine is required.
Maybe fried. I don't know. But I only usually with seafood. Like a smoked salmon on a bagel, a bit of capers. That seems to be the old standby.
And in a weird carrot salad.
Weird carrot salad, capers. Now, I have olives. I could chop those up and put it in there, but I don't think you would eat that.
Capers and olives are two different beasts.
But they're both vehicles for salt.
I know, but you know me, I've got to be in an olive mood. I don't dislike...
Which you're never in an olive mood. When are you in an olive mood?
I had olives the other day and I was
Who's
really
that
enjoying
guy? I'd like to meet him.
Where was I that I had olives?
Not with me.
I had a big olive and I couldn't find a place to put the pit.
Are you secretly eating olives without me?
Where was I?
He did this with pesto, folks. I'm waiting for eggplant to get into the mix. He swore up and down he couldn't eat pesto, didn't like pesto, and I thought, oh, what a shame. I love pesto. I stopped making it. I stopped buying it. Next thing I know, Marco discovers pesto.
No, I loved pesto. It just did a number on me, and it no longer does a number on me.
A number on you. A little tap dance in your stomach.
I went to the mailbox because after I got the snow in my neck, I figured I might as well.
What mailbox?
Our little mailbox.
Oh, I don't think of that as a mailbox, but sure.
What do you call that?
I don't know, mail slot thing. I think of a mailbox as like the end of a driveway on a wooden thing with the little flag up or down with the front thing. We have a little metal
box, rectangular box.
Sort of fastened to the side of the brick. I don't know. It doesn't feel the same.
Well, it's a mailbox, but I see you like that end of the drive kind of mail hut. That I've never had a mailbox like that ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Where my parents live, the big thing is to have a big cement manatee as a mailbox. That's a trend there. I don't know. There must be some person that makes them or something.
The manatee's like holding the mailbox in its flippers, and it's kind of curved forward as if it's propping itself out of the water.
And it makes sense because they live in Manatee County.
Sure.
So it makes complete sense. However, we were driving in Ontario not too long ago.
Where were we?
We saw one. Like Bolton area.
We were somewhere
an hour north of Toronto. And there was a manatee mailbox. And I thought, how did you make it up here, friend? Like, who was like, I gotta have the manatee at the end of my driveway in Ontario? And like, packaged that manatee up, brought it, like, is that your carry-on? Or did they get it shipped, I suppose? But even still, that's a big thing to ship.
It seemed unusual. I know. We were driving to Tottenham when we saw it.
Which in itself is unusual.
We never go to Tottenham.
Explain the Tottenham trip.
My aunt turned 80. And so my sister was having a party for my aunt at her house. And my cousin, my aunt's daughter, said, I called and I said, do you need anything? And she said, could you pick up a cake? And so we're like, okay, we'll get the cake, no problem. And my sister had told me of a place that makes great cannoli.
And sfolia cake.
Like a multi-layered cake.
So we called them and said, do you have a sfolia cake that just happens to be lying around that we could pick up in the next hour or two?
And they said no.
They laughed at me, and then they said no.
But they said they had cannoli. And my sister kind of gave the impression that this was near her home.
We should probably do some translation for people who are listening in, unless it's the guy with the baby wide eyes that interviews people at gas stations.
Or the person who makes a carrot salad with capers and chunks of lemon. So,
okay.
What were you going to translate?
Cannoli, in case you don't know what cannoli is, not to be confused with
cannelloni.
Cannelloni, which is a stuffed pasta. Cannoli is What's the name of the biscuit that you use? Like, what's the vehicle of the cannoli? What's that called?
It's a cannoli shell. It's a shell that looks like a tube that's stuffed with like a, what do you call it, a cream or a pistachio cream. And then usually on the either end, they might even dip that in pistachios.
Or they'll put sometimes a candied orange peel will go on one side. Chocolate chips can go inside. It can taste like Nutella. It can taste like a lot of things.
Sure.
I should have had one of the ricotta ones, by the way.
It was good. And so we drove.
And sfoglia, you have to translate that. So I always think of sfoglia as the same as millefeuille, which means 1,000 layers, right? So it's it's pastry with cream that's like those tiny, like very thin, crunchy layers, right? I'll be honest, sfoglia, not my favorite cake. They decorate it to look like a beautiful grocery store cake with all the promise and all the sugar, and then you cut into it and it's cream. That's somewhat sweet / good with coffee. Not my bag.
So great. It's wonderful if you haven't had a chance to experience it. So we order the cannoli and we drive thinking it's near my sister's home, but it's 30 minutes away from my sister's home.
And 30 minutes like through woods and farmhouses.
Yeah.
Like not a tight 30.
No, not a tight 30.
A very long and languid 30.
Yeah, and then we get there and we're like, where are we going for these? And we get to Tottenham.
The answer was Tottenham.
And Tottenham, quaint little town.
Yeah, I've never been. It's cute.
Go. Cannoli were ready for me. You know, sometimes you go places and it's usually not a pastry shop where you see have a book, take a book. And there's like a bookshelf where you can take a book and have a book and donate your books and whatnot. Well, this place had that. I should mention the place because we really enjoyed that. If you're in Tottenham and you want great pastries, go to Salvatore's Pastries and Cakes on the main drag. Mm-hmm. And they have a book, take a book, Amanda.
I never saw that coming with a pastry shop, but it can happen.
And I found a book that I wanted. I never find books at have a book, take a book. And I don't know what they're called, but I'm going to just call it that.
Lending libraries or whatever.
No, I didn't have a book to donate, but I certainly took the book.
Listen, we can go back up there. I got lots of books I can donate.
Okay. Well, I was very grateful. I got my cannoli. I got my book. Everyone was happy at the end of the day.
Wonderful.
But on the drive home from Tottenham, or drive to my sister's place, I said to you, why are the trees so shimmery and shiny? They look so beautiful. And we realized it was ice that had frozen on the tree.
Yeah.
And you said, be careful. That ice wasn't there when we came to Tottenham, but on the way back, the temperature must have dropped and the rain froze on the tree. So
and our car that night was encased in ice.
Yeah.
We had to wait for it to, like, there was no scraping it off. It was encased in ice, and I imagine right now it is as well because it's a snow day.
That's right. So it's always a lovely warm feeling when it's cold outside, things are encased in ice, and you're indoors under the cover with
encased in warmth
with a warm tea or beverage. And I'm going to make myself a very milky tea and just enjoy it.
I'm going to make myself a very tea milk.
Oh.
I don't know how that works, but I'm going to try.
And I had all the biscotti that we have, so I have nothing to dunk in my tea.
There's plenty. You got plenty you can dunk.
No capers.
Maybe we have a few olives left since you enjoy those on the sly. Enjoy.
Where was I that I had olives and I was like looking for a plate to put the pit in?
I don't know.
It was recent.
Restaurant?
Was it the restaurant? No, it wasn't the restaurant. It was
know.
somewhere.
I believe you. I believe that you ate an olive and didn't know where to put the pit. That's a common problem.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those devices that are kind of like a half thing to put the olive and the other half is for your pit?
Nope.
I've seen them. They're like kind of like squiggly ceramic things. So your olives are all in a row, and then beside it is the area you would toss the pit.
So you deep hit them like in batches?
No, it's a something you put on the table.
Oh.
So you would eat it, and then beside it you would throw the pit.
Gross.
Well, that's why they made this device. But I hear you.
Wow. I remember the day I discovered olives.
Where
I was 8 or 9. I think 8. And I had just let my sister cut my hair. And I got in real trouble for that, which I didn't think was fair because my sister was in charge of myself and my younger brother. So I was doing what she said, which was letting her cut my hair, but somehow I still got in trouble for it. And we had to go to very weird for my parents to do this. I feel like you grew up doing these types of things, but actually I didn't. But somebody in my mother's family was having a 50th anniversary.
Okay.
I don't know who it was. And it was in a church basement. And so we had to go to, it was a couple towns over. We had to go to this thing. I was still in trouble because of my hair. And so my hair was shorter than it had been. And we go to this place and they have those green with pimento cocktail olives on every table.
Right.
I never tried them. And I tried one because I was probably hungry and nobody's paying attention to me. And I was like, what is this delicious flavor in my mouth? Because I didn't, as a kid, salt wasn't really my thing. I didn't go for chips. Anyway, I was in love, and I managed that day to eat the olives from every single table, the little dish on every table. And there was nothing else. Like the ones you went to, I'm sure, had antipasto on each table. This one just had cocktail olives on each table. I don't know. I managed to empty each one into my mouth by the time we left. There were no olives in the place. I think I ate like 5 jars of olives that day.
Oh, wow. Well, whatever you need with regards to salt, whether it be capers or olives or a warm snuggle, we hope you find it today on this snow day. Once again, check out our Instagram where you'll see what it's like. Any last things you'd like to say, Amanda?
No, I just want some salt now.
All right. Well, we're going to go have some salt, and we hope that you're able to grab some salt, some warmth, and of course, you're able to find your way to sleep.